Hi guys, this is Janaea. Here again, actually at the same day, same time. That's the other video. If you haven't seen that, that's like an introduction video to this video. In a way, not really. I just wanted to make this video now because you have more to watch. Besties. But I swear it's the same day. I'm not wearing the same shirt 3 days in a row, whatever. Same video, same day. Just put my hair down. But I wanted to tell the story about Cheesecake Factory in this one because I feel like this one's very important. I've been wanting to tell you guys for very long, actually, because I've quit Cheesecake Factory, I think within 2 years. It's been a while. I'm sorry about the voice crack. I'm thirsty, but it's not going away. Like, I've drank stuff, but it's not going away. So get your tea, get your coffee, get your drink, get your Pedialyte, whatever you got, get it. I have soda, which probably is not best for acid burns. Yeah. Pedialyte drink? I don't know. I got these at like a food drive. But yes. So let's begin. I used to work at Chipotle actually, and I quit there because Cheesecake Factory was paying higher, which of course you want to go somewhere that's paying you a lot more, especially when you have a kid. Because at this time I only had my first child, and I think she was 3 at this time. But I went there, did an interview. They gave me like, because I originally was going for a busboy. I wasn't going for anything crazy. But they all interviewed. Like, I had 3 interviews. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I had an interview with the front manager. I had a meeting with the serving manager. I had a meeting with the cook. And I think I even had it with the freaking owner. Like, it was a little extra. I don't know why. But at the end, they were telling me, like, we're all looking to hire you, but we're trying to see what position you want to do, because we all want you in our, like, in our areas. And I was like, oh, like, I feel honored or whatever. But the cook got me because I always wanted to be a cook, and they were like, you can wear a little jacket and like a chef hat. And I was like, bro, that sounds amazing. Like, let's do it. So I ended up being a fry in the Cheesecake Factory, like a fry cook, not an actual fry. And let me just say, that's an adventure itself. Like, the freaking training lady, she was so rude. She had no patience. She was just, and because Fry is the most busy station, like, it's one of the most busiest stations at Cheesecake Factory. There's appetizers, that's calamari, that's where some of the food starts out, like fries, everyone likes fries. So we're always busy, and sorry, I can move in bed. You're on my laptop, so it's gonna shake a little bit. I've always, it's just always been crazy. And then after a while, I started to become really good at there. Sorry, Jesus. I started to become really good. Like, they loved me there. Like, everyone like talked to me like everyone was my friend. Like, the dish back there, I would help them out sometimes. Prep, would have to prep our own food while we're working, like literally full page of stuff, and we're having to prep stuff. Like, it was pretty bad. But anyway, so I got hired. I met everyone on the line, and older man, they'll check a pretty lady out or whatever. There's a lot of that. Felt a little like, ugh, because they're older and young. I was like barely coming out of high school type of young. Yeah, I think I was barely coming out of high school. Like, I just graduated not too long ago. I literally just thought about that. Anyways, I got hired. I had my first day. It was pretty good. And then it kind of went downhill after that. I met some friends. Still, the fry cook lady was being rude. And they were like, you can't get a raise until you learn at the station, blah, blah. So I like tried to go around and stuff. But, Cleaning took so long. Like, we were there until like 1, sometimes 2, like, so long. Like, you'll get there like 3, 4, the latest 5. It was insane. But there was this one manager that just he was older. He wasn't from here, and I always felt weird by him. And like I said in my last video, I can feel like auras and stuff. If I feel something doesn't feel right, I know. I think this was the first day I needed someone to go down with me, because we were in a mall. So I had to get all the fry oil out and haul it down to the dumpsters like outside. So you would go in this hall, like go down the elevator, go in this really sketchy hall that connects all of the like the stores in the mall. Go down this hall, and you'll keep going. These little corners, weird. Like, it was really sketchy. Like, it was scary to go down there alone. It's quiet. Like, no one can hear you. Like, no one's there. You know, it's closing. No one's there at the mall. And then you'll open these doors, go into this big dark alley, and then lift this heavy thing up and dump the oil, and then go all the way back. Like, all the time. And sometimes you can get locked out. So it's like, what do I do? So yeah. So he ended up going with me, and I think after I dumped the oil, we were walking back, and we had this room. It was where we had aprons, towels. Yeah, I think it's where we really went down there for the aprons. But it didn't have a camera in the room. So he pushed me in the room and pushed me on the table. And he was like, "Do you like this?" And I was like, "No." Like, I was like, "No, please stop. Like, please get off me, you know." And he didn't. Luckily it didn't escalate. Someone came down the elevator to come get some more towels, and he rushed off me and acted like I was getting aprons. So after that, it just kept like getting worse. Like, he would tell me to go upstairs, because there was like another upstairs part in like the back area of the place, like where like the freezers were. There was like a top place. Then you'll go up this really steep ladder, and up top there was a little room in the back that I think had the AC units, and then there was like merchandise on shelves. But it was like tall. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, here's the floor, and this is how tall it is. So you have a steep ladder, and there's a camera like right here facing this way, but it's also facing like the door. So he would tell me like, "Hey, come up here, you know, like I want to show you a shirt," or some stuff like that. And of course it wasn't. I had a manager there. I had 2 managers there that I really trusted, and they both ended up getting transferred to a different freaking Cheesecake Factory. Like, really? Both of them? So I was stuck, and I didn't know what to do. I confronted my boss. He didn't really care, because there's been multiple like incidents with sexual harassment. There's been multiple, just a lot harassment. By the way, trigger warning, I'm so sorry. I should have said this way ahead of the, I didn't think I was going to go into this detail, but it would be better so you can get the idea of why I'm so traumatized by Cheesecake Factory. But there's been incidents there, and they'll get reported, but instead of taking it serious, they would start rumors. Like, the manager would be like, "Oh, she's over here telling stories, you better watch out, or she's gonna make a fake story about you," or, you know, "Don't listen to her, she's lying," like, things like that. And it went on for years, because she worked there for years, and no one believed her. Everyone was like, "Oh, she's crazy, like, don't." We became friends, and, you know, she'll tell me about it or whatever. Sorry, it's just, it's a lot to get off your chest, you know. It literally felt like I was working in a hell, like, and I don't if you're not religious, that's fine, you know, but to me, it felt like I was working in an evil place. Like, instantly, I felt drained. Like, I was be so happy going to work. I'm like, I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna get it over with. I would get to the door and I would just get mad. Like, I don't want to be here. I want to go home. I want to quit. Like, I didn't want to. And, you know, I think after that first incident with the guy, I told my boss, I was like, hey, I got up about 2 weeks and, like, I don't want to be here. I explained to him why, you know, and he's like, just give it some time. You know, we'll work on it. We'll give you a little raise. Gave me a raise, stayed, kept going. Same thing. I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I can't do this. Explain it. We'll give you a raise. You know, we'll work on it. Stayed because, you know, it's money, you know, and I was young, and hearing you're getting paid $15.75, like, that was big to me, you know, and now, you know, it's not, but, like, to me, it felt good, and it worked really long hours. I was like, I'm getting paid really good, you know, I'm getting $1,000, you know, for working 2 weeks, you know, like, my mind, I'm like, wow, and I didn't have to pay rent, so, gold mine. So, due to that guy, like the manager, of course, he would tell his buddies that were there on the line, and one of them, I knew he was married, and I kept telling, I don't know if he was married, but I think he was, like, with someone. I was like, he would say, like, sexual things for him, like, you're married, like, stop, like, you're married. He's like, I'm not married, like, what are you talking about, like, you're lying, you know, things like that. I'm like, whatever. That always goes on. Then there was another guy that was there, and his wife also worked there, but she was mainly in the morning, and he literally trapped me in a closet. I don't know what was in this closet. I think it was like silverware, I think. And I went in there to go restock, and he came in, closed the door, blocked it, because it's a small room. It's like this small, like this small, like it's a small room. You get what I'm saying. And there's barely no space. There's chairs on the wall. Like, you have a tiny little area to walk. Like, it's tiny, and he's big. So I'm like, he asked me a question. I don't remember what he said. Like, I try to block a lot of this out of my head, but he tried to say something. I was like, what? No. Yeah, I'm trying to go home, and I kept trying to, like, leave or, like, hint, like, hey, open this door, you know? And so after a while, I was sitting there, I'm like, no one's gonna hear me in this closet if I end up getting raped. Like, you know, like, it was a scary moment for me, because I was like, you know, this is 2 times. I can't do it. He ended up opening the door, and I look at the camera, because there's a camera in that hall, and I look up at the camera, and I'm like, you know, but nothing happened. But he did end up I think getting fired. I never saw him again, like, after like a week. Yeah, I think he got fired, but I don't really know for what. The line was so bad, like, being a cook on the line. We had this little small area. Everyone's trying to get past each other. It's hot. Like, you have the fryers in the back of you. You have saute station, the grill going, like, all in this small little area. And it was so hot. Like, you would be sweating so bad. And your screen is going crazy. You have managers yelling at you, like, where's this, where's that, why is it taking so long, hurry up, like, somebody needs to go back there, they're not doing well. Like, they would make you feel really bad, and it was kind of like, why would you do that? These are your employees. You're supposed to, like, praise them, like, you guys did really good, like, just, you know, keep going, speed up a little bit. So like I said, was trying to learn each station so I can get more money. I did a little bit of pasta station. I did a little saute, but they had me move to grill. And grill is somewhat of a busy spot, not really, but it is at the same time. But they had me working grill and fry at the same time. So as my scream's filling and their scream's filling, I'm having to do both sides. And I'm not getting paid extra to do that. Like, I'm literally just doing that to do it. And they're like, Jay, they need help. Go help them. They're behind. I'm like, okay. They're like, Jay, go drop fries. I have to drop fries for them. I had to make sure that I lift them on time so they don't burn, because if it's my fault, I had to make sure they're salted. If they didn't have fries out the window, I had to do that as well while also plating my stuff. Like, it was so bad. And there was this one manager. He got hired instantly. I didn't like this man. Instantly, I wanted nothing to do with this manager. Like, he made me so mad. Like, he was just that manager that just didn't know how to talk to you. He would go on the line and just be so rude. Like, unnecessarily rude. Like, I would even ask my coworkers, I'm like, hey, wasn't that rude? And they're like, yeah, like, I don't know why he said that. Like, that's rude. Like, you know, things like that. And like, we would constantly be arguing with each other. Like, he would make me so mad. Like, we'll argue and he would just keep going. Like, I cannot tell you how many times me and this man had an argument. We, like, when I was working on fry and we were behind on fries, he would come over, what is wrong with you guys? Why? This is so easy. Blah, blah. And I'm like, we ran out of fries up here. We didn't have time to get it. I had to plate all this food. You have time. You have in legs. You can go do it. And I'm like, excuse you. Do not talk to me that way. I'm like, you're the manager. You can go get it. Like, and they're like, oh, well, I'm not here to help you guys. I'm trying to see what's going on. And I'm like, then why are you on the line? If you're not going to help, get off the line. You know, like, things like that. And this one time, oh, he irked me. I was on grill and I was, like I said, doing both stations. And the guy behind me, he wasn't doing well. He was slowing down. He was having a hard time catching up. He was giving up. He was shutting down. I was like, all right, let's switch. Because our screen was getting yellow and red. And I was like, all right, we got to hurry up because I literally have all these plates ready and he's taking forever. So we switch. The minute we switch, this effing manager comes in the line and he's like, what's taking so long? Hurry up. Get this on. Why didn't you have this on? And I'm like, dude, we just switched. Like, I'm trying to get all this out. I already have all the plates ready. Like, all he has to do is just plate. No, move. Get off the line. All right, I'll leave. Grabbed my keys and went. And I'm like, seriously. So I'm like, I'm upset because I'm like, oh my God, did I just lose my job? Like, what the heck, you know? But I'm so mad because I'm like, I'm not going back to a person just screaming at me for no reason. And this happened twice. I walked out because of him. The first time they were like, you guys just need to have a talk or whatever. We did. He was like, oh, we just have a miscommunication. Like, that's all. But, you know, I don't yell at you. Like, you're mishearing that. And I'm like, excuse me. Like, everyone literally hears and sees you and they literally react because it's so unprofessional. Like, so the next day I come back and, you know, they explain, like, hey, you can't do this, you know, you can't be leaving, blah, blah. And I'm like, you need to fix your effing manager. You need to fix your manager. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, he's making it so hard for me to work that I don't want to work. And they're like, yeah, but he's the manager. You got to learn. And I'm like, I'm not respecting the manager that's yelling at me. Like, I'm not doing that. So it was a whole thing. And the next day, one of the coworkers, they were like, I don't understand why he said that to you. Like, you literally switched. You had all the plates ready, and you put everything on the grill. He just came at a bad time where everything was still cooking because you just put it on. He was like that. He said instantly once you left, all that food that you had in the grill was done. and all he had to do was put it in the window. He was like, your screen got cleared within like the 2 minutes after you left. He was like, he was just being over dramatic for no reason. And I'm like, see, like, why? You know, and it sucks because no one can defend you, no one can stick up for you, no one can say anything because they're the manager. And like, that's the thing that I hate these days, because like, yeah, you're a manager, but just because you're a manager doesn't mean that you can talk to me like I'm nothing. You know, like, you can't do that. Like, that's not okay. Like, it was so, yeah. So the Cheesecake Factory I worked at was just not it. Like, there's some places out there that are really good. Like, I've known, like, there's one I really wanted to go to, they switched over to because I couldn't do it, and it was way more relaxed and less stressful, but I didn't. Because just hearing the name now makes me feel disgusted, because I got assaulted. I got mentally abused by this manager that made me feel like I was nothing and I was slow. Constantly getting just like, I can't even say, like, just feeling like I was in a bad place, you know. Hell, like, I wasn't there. It was an evil place. I had my miscarriage there because of all the yelling, stress, screaming. Like, that place caused my miscarriage. Constantly thinking you're lying. Man, just thinking about it, like, it just really puts into perspective, like, wow, I went through a lot, and I put up with a lot, you know, for being a teenager, barely coming out of high school. It's ridiculous. Like, that place, people were so drugged up because it was just that bad. Like, hardcore drugs, like, people will be doing that, getting like getting in the clouds, because, you know, like, it just wasn't, it was just in a place for you to be sober at. Like, it was hard. You had a manager wearing really dirty clothes, like, not like stinky clothes, but like sexual clothes, you know, like things were kind of like, you're a manager, like, shouldn't you not be wearing that where everyone can see, like, customers? Like, Cheesecake Factory, that company in general is so bad. HR is bad. Like, they don't listen. They don't care. All they care about is if they're making money, if their menu's going out, and you have employees. Like, they don't care. It's so bad for the reason why people stay there too. Like, it's literally so bad. Everyone's like, you're gonna come back because of the money, like, you're gonna need the money, you're gonna come back, definitely. I'm like, no, I will never step foot back in this place. And there's some people I wanted to say bye to, and I couldn't, because I just couldn't be in that area. I couldn't see anyone. I didn't want anything to deal with that place. That place was just a nightmare. Like, I never want to find a place like that ever again, and I really hope there isn't. Like, where you're getting harassed and your bosses don't care. Like, what is that? But yeah, I think that's my story, guys. Hope you like it. Again, the video won't be edited until, like, I can figure out how to do it. It's on my phone. I wouldn't do it. I'm not gonna do it on my computer because my computer isn't the best. It's Alinvo. I can't even pronounce that. But I hope you like my content so far. My next video will probably be a little shorter. It's about my baby daddy's mom suing me or putting me in a custody battle. Like, y'all, that story. That was recent. So please subscribe, follow. If I remember, I'll put my Instagram down below. I'm gonna start making TikToks as well, so you can follow me on there as well and catch up with my life and currently how it is. I will be trying to do vlog styles as well. Just right now, like I said in the first video, I'm gonna try to do more storytelling right now so I can get this off and then have like the good kids. I mean, you still see the kids and stuff, but like, you know what I mean. I hope you enjoy my content, my queens and kings. Have an amazing day. Good night.